What's cracking, y'all? I'm back with another video. Today's the last day of March 31st. I'm here to talk about Prince releasing his 8th album, Parade, of March 31st, 1986. Happy 40 years to this classic right here. And it's the fourth and final album where the revolution is built on here. And it's also the soundtrack album, was the soundtrack album to the 1986 film Under the Cherry Moon, directed by starring Prince, and it was released of today from 1986, Happy 40 Years, by Paisley Park Records and Warner Brother Records. And Parade eschews the guitar and rock elements of Prince's 1984 album Purple Rain in the favor of the psychedelic pop style that he explored on Around the World in a Day in the year of 85, and austerely produced funk and soundtrack compositions after the critical disappointment of his 85 album Around the World in a Day. Parade was released to acclaim from music critics. Kiss, that's a classic, reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Parade was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America of June 1986. And the album was named one of the best albums of the night of 1986 by the Village Voice and NME magazine, who named it their album of the year. So there's more to it. It definitely eschews the guitar and rock elements of Prince's 84 album of Purple Rain. I already mentioned all that. And according to Blender Magazine's Keith Harris, Parade makes a pop cavalcade out of the same psychedelic affectations of Around the World in a Day. Robert Christopher of the Village Voice viewed it as a modern fusion of Fresh Foundation and Sgt. Pepper's filigrees with songs he described as baroque pop creations. According to Pop Matters editor Quentin B. Huff, Parade doesn't sound like anything else in the Prince canon, and the album is a blend of jazz, soul, and certain French undercurrent, probably absorbed from the film being set in France. And the album is bookended by two songs, Christopher Tracy's Parade and Sometimes It Snows in April, that reference Christopher Tracy, the protagonist from the Under the Cherry Moon. The latter song is an acoustic ballad with chromatic choruses and sentimental lyrics bidding farewell to Tracy. Chris Doug wrote that the album's lyrics suggest that Prince sings as Tracy, although he cannot be certain. Parade also features some French lyrics and chanson arrangements, which refer to the film's French setting. And the album, I already mentioned, it was released on March 31st of 86, to acclaim from music critics who viewed it as a creative comeback after the critical disappointment of Around the World in a Day. And a contemporary review for the New York Times, John Rockwell, said that the album succeeds in part because of the more aggressive songs in which Prince chooses to play up the black side of his multifaceted musical sensibility. The Sunday Times found its musical scope stunning, and the Detroit Free Press called the album a confirmation of Prince's place as a superior melodist, arranger, and player, as well as a celebration of his creativity. High Five News and Record Review called the songs such as New Position and Girls and Boys well-crafted funk, and said that when Prince opts to go completely daft as he does on Do You Lie, even then the result is somehow endearing and instantly likable. Commercially, Parade charted at #3 on the Billboard excuse me. Whew. Oh boy. #3 on the top. Commercially, Parade charted at the #3 on the pop chart and #2 on the R&B chart, while selling 1 million copies in the U.S. And it also garnered him a new commercial audience in Europe and sold 2 million copies internationally. The album finished 25th in the voting for the Village Voice's annual Paz and Pop Critics Poll. Chris Doug, the polls creator, ranked it as the 33rd the best album of the year on his own list. And NME magazine named it their album of the year of 1986. And retrospective review for AllMusic, Stephen Thomas Erlewine viewed the album as a musically diverse masterpiece that is given depth by Prince's weird weird religious and sexual metaphors. Simon Price later wrote that in The Guardian that it was the sound that Prince, at his most effortless, assured, cohesive, and ice cream cool, nobody would guess that it was a soundtrack for a subpar film, and it has Kiss on it. That's a classic. And a less enthusiastic review for Entertainment Weekly, David Brown said the record's uh, ornate, ornate, ornate ballads and material. Inconsistent material that it made it more self-indulgent than Around the World in a Day, according to the Mozzie Reeves. Rhapsody Prince's diehard fans viewed the album as a charming mix of funk, jazz, and pop rock styles, but some detractors felt that its music was overblown. Reeves himself said that this stylistic departure is an anomaly. In rapper Chuck D's opinion, Prince turned off a lot of black um, followers with the album, and I couldn't understand that people don't want artists to endlessly repeat themselves, yet they can't change. Tolerate change either. Prince changes all the time, always working on the public's imagination, always trying to keep ahead of them. I gotta tell y'all, this album is still a classic. All the critics could say whatever. This is still a classic forever. He had a lot of dope gems, man. It's a dope movie too, Under the Cherry Moon. Classic album, man. 40 years ago. Still a classic. And I'm still bumping it to this day. So yes, Christopher Tracy's Parade, intro, new position, I Wonder You, Under the Cherry Moon, Girls and Boys, Life Can Be So Nice, Venus de Milo, and yes, Mountains, Do You Lie, Kiss, Another Lover Hole in Your Head. Sometimes It Snows in April, classic stuff. Nobody could ever duplicate a classic the way Prince did it, man. He did a heck of a phenomenal job with his album. It's still a classic. It's no doubt about it. If you love Prince, you gotta have this album in your collection. Trust me. What is your favorite song off this classic? Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and comment and follow your boy. I will be glad to return. God bless and stay safe, y'all, and keep bumping this record on your turntables. Peace.